so biased about him. I'm thinking about moving him even higher than that, but nah. I think I'll keep him where those guys are.
Would you take Malik then? Okay, wait a moment. So, you're moving Hammerstorm up. So you would take Hammerstorm over Thunderbringer, Jereziah, and Riftwalker.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I guess at this point, a lot of it is judgment.
How about Plague Rider, Gladiator, and those guys? Are they fine where they are?
Plague Rider should definitely move down.
And how far?
Move down. I'll probably move him all the way to the left bracket of S. With Flux.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good call.
How?
Yeah, it's reasonable, I guess.
Good things about Plague Rider, he will always give you lane control. He's got a big AoE ultimate, similar to Hellbringer.
Long cooldown.
But the cooldown is long. Level 1 cooldown is like 145 seconds. It's even longer than Hellbringer ulti level 1 No, it's not. I don't think it is, yeah, but either way, it's a very long cooldown. And it's similar to Hellbringer in that sense. He's weak without the ultimate. So move down, same rank as Hellbringer. I'd probably take Hellbringer over Plague Rider, but I think they're comparable.
Okay. And everyone else in there, everything else in S, then from there looks good then, I would guess.
Yeah.
In the S tier, you have Gladiator together with Hammerstorm and Berserker.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
Exuplay thinks Gladiator is really good. I am not so convinced. Would I take Gladiator over Jereziah? I actually wouldn't.
I'd rate him about the same actually, Jared and Gladiator.
If they're about the same, then they should be in the same bracket as well.
Yeah. Well then maybe, in that case, I would move Gladiator to where Jera is, down to just one sector.
So if you move Gladiator down, then you would have Hammerstorm and Berserker better than Gladiator. And is that sensible?
I would honestly probably pick those three over Gladiator.
Okay, fair enough.
How, Jeebus?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, his damage feels really low and is very difficult to land all of it.
Yeah.
Would I?
And that does it for S tier. S
there's
plus.
one more hero. Rhapsody, I think, should go up.
Up.
Yeah, up.
I think Howell agrees. What do you think?
I love me some Rhapsody.
Okay,
The
Jeebus?
thing with Rhapsody is that she is one of the
I don't know
only
about
heroes in the game, together with DS and Pearl, that can out-heal a Thunderbringer.
Yeah.
In fact, DS doesn't really out-heal a Thunderbringer, it doesn't heal by much.
Didn't they change Rhapsody's dance floor? You don't even have to stand in place anymore, or do you still have to stand in place?
You still
You do. The only thing that changed was that her staccato, her stun, had a cooldown increase.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is kind of annoying, but it's...
Which kind of annoying, but even so, she is a healer with a stun.
Oh
The
yeah,
only other healer with a stun is Nymphora, and Nymphora stun is obviously not as reliable. That and the fact that Rhapsody has a very powerful ultimate, if you place it right.
Yeah.
It's at least as comparable. I mean, it's comparable to Pearl ulti. She can die in it, of course, but it's still good. So Rhapsody is great. I would move her up.
Well then, I'm thinking I should move Rhapsody up on par with Martyr. What do you guys think?
Yup, I agree.
Yeah.
I would probably still pick Accursed over Rhapsody, but I would feel the same about debating between Rhapsody and Martyr, basically. What do you guys think? Yeah.
Martyr is a counter initiator. Rhapsody is a healer. They have slightly different roles, but they're both good heroes.
it is a lot easier to get assists with Rhapsody early game.
Yeah,
than
that's
Martyr.
true. Martyr has only a single target. That's cool.
Yeah, he's got dance floor effects. Can usually affect everybody, or everybody that it needs to.
But like Martyr can still heal with his E though.
Yeah, but he dies while doing it.
Yeah, that
And,
usually. At least I skip till 10.
I don't skip it. I mean, ever since Mami told me to get it, I get one level of Q instead. But the other thing about Martyr E is that it costs mana.
That
It's
is,
not just HP, but also mana. So
that is very noticeable early.
it's noticeable.
Right on.
We are leaving a lot of heroes and a lot of good heroes in the S tier. Like, I personally value Riftwalker and Jerazire and Thunderbringer quite a lot. Quite a lot.
I still, well, yeah, but I still don't think I would value them over everyone else higher than them, though.
I would move Chipper up as well. We didn't mention him earlier. His damage output is just that good. The
Well, yeah,
ultimate cooldown is lower now too.
well, yes, but like just a sector up with Chipper?
Yeah.
Howl?
Sector.
You agree with that, Howl?
I think it'd be good to. It'd be it's a shame Mammy's not here to answer that, but yeah, could probably move him up. I'd probably pick him over Thunderbringer, definitely.
I think so too. Yeah, I'll do that. We'll do that.
That's Citic saying I think Jera should go up. Jera has serious problems. He cannot get assists, so he cannot get gold. Like during the early stages in the game when he is really mana deprived, he's just not that good. He gets stronger later once he has his mana ring. He's great. Once he has Restore Stone, he is really really good. But it's a long way to farm since he can't get assists.
Yeah, that's the one thing. That's just the one thing. You just gotta pick Jero at the right, you know, and he
one
could
mark
become
for-
really good. But what were you gonna
one-
say, Howl? Yes.
One mark for him is that Agi carries aren't incredibly popular, so getting a Nullfire Blade against him isn't as easy
Yeah,
in
that's
a lot of
true.
games.
Like, what's the best agility carry in the game? Probably Gemini or Clanks.
Yeah.
Something like that. And neither hero actually used Nullfire Blade well. So, that's something good about Jerazaya, but I don't think he can move up by a lot. About right where he is. It's good.
Yeah, I kind of.
Yeah.
Then, okay, that's about it. I think that's about it for the S tier.
Okay. Anyone that stands out in S plus?
S plus, I think Ravenar should go down.
Okay, how far?
Is Ravenar better than Rally? I don't think so. Is
Okay.
Ravenar better than Malekton? I think they're about comparable. They're both late game strength frontliners. Ravenar and Rally, they're about the same. Ravenar is a stun, but it's not very reliable. Malekton has an AoE slow, and his ultimate is stronger. So I think they're about the same.
You think Ravener is about the same as Malakin?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's because I like Ravener because I mean I absolutely love Ravener because he is not entirely as item dependent as Malakin is.
Malekton isn't item dependent either. Like if you have seen the VIP play, their Malekton has Steam Boots and Steam Boots, Mystic Vestments, and 3 or 4 of the Fortified Bracers, and he does quite a lot of damage.
Oh well, I get, but you could do the same thing with Ravener. He does a lot of damage too.
Yeah, so they're comparable. Malekton is ranged in the team fight, which is obviously an advantage, and he can go into the ulti form in the backline because of the sword throw, and fear everyone.
But
Well, of course, Ravenar does some good things as well. He's magic damage instead of physical damage. So later in the game,
Superior
when
magic
everyone
damage.
when everyone sells the vestments, Ravenar does more damage, and Ravenar also runs faster. That kind of thing. But like Citic is saying in the chat, I don't think Ravenar is better or worse than Malekton. They do different things, but they're comparable in power level.
I still, well, yeah, okay. I still think though that Ravener is better than Malkin in pre-6 fights, and that's why for that
3-6
reason,
fights, yeah.
that's kind of
Sure.
for that reason alone, I still think that he is slightly better than Malkin.
But late game, I would say Malekton outcarries Ravenar.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, so in that sense, you have pre-6 dominance on one hand and late game dominance on the other. They balance each other out about the same level.
So I think Ravener would go down to Malkin's level or slightly above.
I think about the same level.
Would that also
There
mean
is
that?
no above level unless you put Ravenor together with Rally and Martyr. And
Yeah,
I think Rally and Martyr are better.
yeah. You're right.
As Sitik is saying, I'd put Malakan and Ravenor in the same area, right next to each other,
Yeah.
like best friends.
Okay. Anybody else in S plus that stands out?
Gauntlet.
Okay.
There was a time when I said Gauntlet was bad. You remember months ago, last year, on the forums, I was saying Gauntlet is not as good as Devo and Prisoner. So I guess that's true, but he's still really good. I would move Gauntlet up to the right bracket.
Up to right bracket. Jeebus, how will y'all agree?
Yeah, I would place maybe Gauntlet above Devo. Devo.
How?
I think on par with Devo.
Yeah.
Gauntlet versus Devo. Gauntlet versus Devo, on par.
But then again, I don't understand why you have Prisoner above Devo.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I think Devo, Prisoner, and Gauntlet, all three of them should be God tier. On the lower end of God tier, but they're still God tier.
Okay. Yeah, not high end because we've seen in cases in Huntour where people hooks don't always win all the time in Huntour. I don't know
No,
if you
they
guys
don't.
realize it.
Definitely not.
That's definitely the case. Like it is possible to counter hooks.
Yeah.
Like if at the start of the game we decide you can have Devo and you let me pick 3 heroes at the same time, I would just get Rally, Bramble, Cthulhuphon, that kind of thing, and then Devo does nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So it's possible to counter them, but they are really good. They are polarizing. Once your opponent team has a hook, you have to counter. So
Yeah.
lower end of God tier. You might even split God tier into 3 sectors, and I would put them in the lowest one.
Yeah, I think I will do that. Three hooks.
Aside from that, I think the heroes are good where they are.
Everyone else is good where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Sitik saying that he thinks Bramble is too high. I don't agree. Bramble is really good.
Yeah, I love Bramble.
Yeah.
He's
maybe
really good.
Rally. Maybe Rally could move up to middle.
The question about Rally is that you see better than Magnus. They are both obviously the 2 most similar heroes. I think Magnus is better.
But Riley has lower cooldowns on his R.
But Rally R is not very strong. You need to
not
have
very-
Staff of the Master before it actually does anything.
Okay.
Yeah, but what about Rally can save people?
That is
gotta
a
count
good,
for
definitely
something.
good thing about Rally. But then,
And you can even stun people in the process.
well, yes, that is the only good thing about Rally. That is very good about Rally, actually.
Yeah.
But I think Magnus is still better. The Magnus ulti is way better than Rally ulti, and
that's what-
having a big AOE ultimate is a big deal.
yeah. That's because I see Ravenar and I see Rally better than Ravenar.
Is Rally
why
better than
I want
Ravenor?
Yeah.
I would say yes. I would say yes. They're not exactly the same thing because Rally does not do damage late game, and
Yeah.
Ravenor does.
But
Well,
maybe
Rally
it's
does
fine
do a
if
little bit of damage
if Rally stays and Ravenar moves down,
to
then it
join
makes
Rally.
sense.
Well,
Yeah.
in that case, you would have to move Malakan as well.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll just keep them, I guess, in place then. So, this is what so, I guess that settled it for S+, but if I were you guys were to visualize how I'm going to have this here with God tier, is that yes, I will create a lower bracket of God tier and I will put the 3 hooks there.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
Can we discuss Bramble? Because it seems Sitik is very iffy about it.
Well, look, honestly, obviously I think Bramble is just fine where he is because, I mean, I think he's borderline God tier, but the reason I think he is fine where he is because of his ultimate and the wall that he's able to get out of it. Every time, pretty much personally, when I play Bramble and I find myself trapping 2 or 3 people, it's guaranteed kills every time. I don't know about you
completely
guys.
agree.
What do you
I
think?
think Bramble is like he's really good. His AoE ultimate is better than Magma's ulti because it doesn't need a PK. It's like a super empath wall, and it also slows things and stuff. Wait a moment. And then the other things is that Bramble can counter initiate to some extent, which is also big. Like
40%
he is
in
no
AoE.
DS, he's no accursed. He cannot save people as well, but he can still do it pretty good. So Bramble is really good, and I would leave him where he is.
Yeah, I would too. That's what I leave
Is
Bramble.
Bramble
where he
better
is.
than Magma's?
I would
think so. Yes.
I would say-
slightly better.
yes, because
Slightly better.
Magma's a bit squishier than Bramble too. You gotta
Is a
take
lot
that-
squishier than Bramble.
Yeah. I mean, granted, Magnus can use his W to invis himself, but someone's just gonna place a counter ward or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Magma's stun is a lot faster than Bramble, which is one thing he definitely does better.
Yeah,
But
that's
Magma's cannot save allies, that kind of thing.
Magnus,
Yeah.
you can kind of say he has his stun, which is useful, his ult is useful, and his steam bath is sort of meh. Bramble, AoE
Has
stun
good
on the Q. He's got the heal, which he got the shrubbery, which is I think pretty strong. His passive is actually useful, and the ult
Yep.
is very very useful.
So I would actually put him above Accursed. Above Demented Shaman is a different issue. I think that in the same sector, we don't actually have a right and left. Which hero is better? We just say they're about comparable.
yeah. Would that okay? So would that finish up S tier? I mean S plus. You guys think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Now, if I'm putting the 3 hooks in the lower sector of God tier.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a disagreement with that?
No.
Howl
It's fine.
and Jeebus?
Yeah, it's fine.
Now, what about everyone else what about the guys Vindy, Torture, Behemoth, and
This is pretty controversial. This is difficult. At the moment, I am favoring moving Pearl down slightly because she requires a good team. On her own, she doesn't do damage.
Mhm.
That is her only weakness. Like if you compare Demented Shaman against Pearl, Pearl is better, but DS actually does damage, and Pearl doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you pick Pearl, you are unable to pick, for example, Empath. You can't really pick Riftwalker because Riftwalker's damage is not that reliable. That kind of thing. You cannot pick too many of those heroes. Like, for example, like some time ago in Skype, I suggested a lineup where we'll make Berserker Superman. We'll pick 3 healers and buff Berserker to the max. In those kind of situations, you can't pick Pearl.
yeah.
You can't pick Pearl. You can pick Empath, you can pick DS, you can pick Martyr, but you can't pick Pearl.
Right.
So I would move Pearl down slightly.
Another
She's, of course,
thing about
still
her
really,
is
really good. But
Cool.
especially in pubs, you can't just pick Pearl and think I win because
Yeah.
I've got your hero.
Yeah. What were you gonna say,
Then,
Howl?
just that her heal, like after you use it once, it doesn't do anything for 30 seconds. That's a very long cooldown.
That's a
and-
drawback. Yes. That is definitely a drawback.
Even then,
Sorare?
it's only like 1 heal.
Yeah.
It's actually not that bad if you're walking back at the same time. It usually takes 30 seconds before back
Yeah.
to the lane.
I noticed that a lot of other pro players tend to use the heal a lot. I personally very rarely use the heal.
Yeah.
So it's usually
Only
some
last second saves. Or if you're
Yeah,
going
last
back.
second saves. Yeah.
Because you lose the regen. So obviously, if you can hold it on longer, they'll be healed more by the
Yep.
regen.
For the other heroes, Vindicator is another low damage hero, but his other abilities are really, really good. They have no replacement, so I would be happy with Vindicator where he is. Defiler should probably go down a bit as well. Is Defiler better than Torturer? Yes, because Defiler can silence Torturer. But then aside from that, is Defiler really better than Torturer? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Like Torturer has a AoE stun, which is long range, is pretty big AoE, and he's got an E spell, Agonizing Bonds, at a super long range harass, and it pulls people together for the AoE stun. He does a lot of damage. Torturer is really, really good. And is Torturer better than Defiler? I think they're on par. Defiler requires a more specific lineup because she herself has no stun and no disable and no slow.
Yeah.
So before you can pick Defiler, you must have a hero with a stun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is Defiler comparable to Torturer? I would first pick Torturer over Defiler most of the time. If I can only pick one,
Are you
I would
sure?
pick Torturer.
It's because I just love Defiler's AoE silence so much.
Yeah, well, it depends, I guess, on the rest of the pool. For example, if I can expect to pick up Elonia or Pyromancer, then I could get Defiler first. Possibly. But then, like, if you pick Torturer, you're loading your deck with aces. You already have the AoE stun, you already have the AoE nukes in the team fight. It's not the same with Defiler.
So would you find Defiler and Vindicator and Pearl and Torturer all just comparable?
Yep.
Yeah.
They're all comparable. They're all really good. They're all god tier. But none of them are really much better than the others. I would just put them all in the same bracket.
Okay. That leaves Behemoth.
Yes, and that leaves Behemoth. And I know Mami would say Behemoth is in a tier of his own. He's
I'd
too
agree
god tier
with
to be
that.
god tier. And I can see the logic behind that. I don't think he is a lot better than Torturer and Defiler and that kind of thing. But he is just really, 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 really good.
I agree.
You cannot dodge his stun. The AoE is just too big. The only weak part about him is that late game he's nothing. Well, not nothing.
He's not
a lot
even
weaker.
nothing late game. He stuns and still stuns incredibly.
Yes,
for
but then if you have shrunken heads, he's a lot
Well,
weaker.
well,
And
the
he's
ult's
also
instant.
reliant on the enemy balling up. If,
Okay.
if the other team doesn't ball up, all he's got is his stun, and his stun doesn't do damage at that point.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I think it's fine where he is.
so
Still
between-
got tier, but low end.
You mean Behemoth is low end god tier?
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he has to be moved up.
Well, at the moment, it is looking like we'll have Behemoth, Vindy, Torturer, and Defiler and Pearl all in the same brackets. And then at the moment, I also think Behemoth should be in a tier of his own. But
Well,
yeah,
We forgot Howl. What is his opinion? What are your opinions, Howl?
I agree with the Beheap, just like his own tier. Eventually, he can reliably stun 3 people easily, no matter where they are, and section people off because the wall lasts so long, and you don't really have to worry about for a single target. You don't have to worry about the delay on his fissure because the ult is instant.
It
So you
is
can get,
instant, and it's pretty big too.
and
But what about heroes that can actually stun through the fissure? Like
There are
Rally
not
or
many.
Chulif and or just a tablet.
It's kind of hard.
it's still a large AoE stun.
Yeah.
And on a single target, let's see, ultimate into fissure into W is actually fairly long disable on a single target.
Yeah.
And I think
it's
I was gonna say, like, and I really think his wall in the midwars map in a 5v5 is just so significant. Like compared compared to Force of Calavar and midwars, like everyone's gonna stand in the middle lane, and if you've got a hero who has the ability to like thwart the map, if you have a hero who has the ability to just change the map for 9 other players, I think that's also kind of extreme. Like he's able to just create a wall out of nowhere in favor of his own team against the other guys.
well, he won't often be in position, but yeah. I think one more thing about Behemoth is that especially in the last tournament that we played, every time we tried to initiate, we can't actually burst the hero down before he dies, before his help gets there because of a Behemoth. The Behemoth is like the ultimate counter initiator. It's even better than Accursed and DS and the Martyr.
Yeah, if you try to move forward, you're gonna be hit. Everybody's gonna be hit, and it's probably gonna section somebody off.
Yeah.
But
I
he
would've
can
p-
even he can trap his own players and get him
Yeah.
killed.
Yeah, he may not be in position to trap enemies. He might
That
end
is
up trapping his own players. But even so, like I guess it's a judgment call to some extent. I think Mami would agree. He's in favor of banning Behemoth every game.
Yeah. Or just picking in period.
Yeah, or just
Yeah.
picking it. On the other hand, it's also fair that Behemoth is quite countered by, for example, Defiler and Vindicator.
Yeah. I think it's good where he is actually.
Yeah, me too. Wait,
So
wait.
some people would move him up, others would just leave him there. It's a
Yeah,
judgment call.
man. I mean,
Where is Mami? He should be on. Don't tell me he's playing Archage or something.
I would still like to see Riftwalker move up in plus S tier. I think Riftwalker is a lot better where she is.
Then where she is?
Yeah.
I don't.
I doubt it. I
I don't-
just. I would judge her
What
the
about
same.
her synergy with just any AoE stun or any AoE spell?
Somebody, I mean, the other team can be very alert about it. It's kind of. I haven't seen
Well,
too much
that's a good
success.
point.
To
It's a good point. Riftwalker ult can be cancelled. If you have a hero like Chipper shoot a rocket in a direction and cancel it, then she suddenly doesn't do anything.
Do you remember the game we played with the chessy sticks and he's in a public game with his friends?
Yep.
They had Riftwalker Gladiator.
They had
They
Riftwalker
had some
Gladiator and
Extremely good
Hellbringer RP.
synergy. And I don't think they
Well,
were Skype.
they never managed to actually land it.
They didn't do it, but it could be. If it was done,
They
it
hit
would have been very
the
strong.
Riftwalker Gladistun a lot. They didn't synergize with the ultimates, but they hit that little combo a lot of times.
Yeah.
Just think it's really good synergy with anything, just a pivot stun or a PK something.
I feel like it's putting all your eggs in a basket though. Like, I can agree that Riftwalker ult is really good, but if she doesn't land it, or if it's cancelled, or if it's down, then it's just.
But
she's
wouldn't you
just not a
pick
good hero.
It's not that long.
wouldn't you
cooldown.
pick Riftwalker over Jeremiah or
Would I
Rhapsody?
pick Riftwalker over Jeremiah? Not necessarily. It depends on the team.
Yeah.
Depends on what I need. That's why it's not a good comparison. But for example,
about,
the best hero
what
in
about
the
Rally?
S tier to compare with is the Thunderbringer, I would say. So
What about a
Riftwalker
Rally
versus
then?
Thunderbringer. Sorry,
What about a rally?
would I pick Riftwalker over Rally? Again, they serve different roles.
No, they're both initiators.
I don't think Riftwalker is an initiator.
She's a counter initiator, I think.
She's a
Yeah.
counter
Counter-initiate's
initiator, and she should not initiate first. She
She
should let
can.
someone else initiate and then only
Yeah,
go
I
in.
know, but
So she's not
most
actually an
likely they're
initiator.
both jumping, initiating.
She can initiate, but she's better as a counter initiator.
Yeah.
So I think the best hero to compare with is Thunderbringer. In the same tier. I mean, you could compare Riftwalker versus Plague Rider, Thunderbringer, Hellbringer. Riftwalker is better than Hellbringer and Plague Rider, I definitely agree. Riftwalker versus Thunderbringer is not so sure. Because Thunderbringer harasses better than Riftwalker does. And his ultimate is a lot better. Like, if Thunderbringer is the one that's initiated on, he can usually press R. Riftwalker will never be able to use her ulti.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, I think they're comparable.
Okay.
Alright. I'll wait for next conference call.
Oh man, unfortunately, Soris is gonna probably be in Southeast
Yeah,
Asia by
I'll be
the
gone
time.
in another week.
Yeah.
Another week, but I might still be able to attend the conference calls. Not this one, not this hour of the day, but the one with Low and Woon.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right.
Like, you could just update the list and then show it to Low and Woon. Oh, there's one hero missing. Tarot.
Yeah, Tarot.
Oh, we were freaking out about Turret.
Tarot,
Okay.
and there's a Riptide here as well, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Moira
Riptide's-
and he's
was around
here,
Bloodhunter.
and
Tarot.
Tarot.
Riptide's around Bloodhunter. Okay.
okay, where should Tarot go, guys?
Where should Tarot go?
Situational.
I have nothing for Tarot right now, so this is gonna be
Where
really
should
wild.
Tarot
What do you guys think?
Same bracket as Emerald Warden, Flint FA.
Are you sure?
For Staros deck, be pretty good. I don't know. She's so weak, man. She's extremely.
She's really bad early.
She's
but,
as
late
she's
game,
as thin of
she's
paper as
super
Flynn.
strong.
Weak. Those bounces
Sorry?
are really good.
Bounces are decent harass, yeah. It's true vision on the W, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
And 50% armor pen, which scales rather well. Like, she has decent scaling without items, so she can turn things around.
I've seen her win a lot of games, but I haven't played her that much myself.
Okay, but then, so we could we can look at it this way, guys. Like, we have so far. I have Clinks placed up above FA Flint and Reward. According to you guys, you want to move Clinks up, right?
Clank should
Yeah.
go S. He is
Potential-
better than FA Emerald Warden Flynn.
Yeah, and same thing with like Gemini 2 and stuff. Would you find Tarot to be better than Clinks?
No.
No.
As
No.
good as Clinks?
No,
No, Clank is better.
I agree with Suarez. Next to Flint and Emerald Warden.
Okay, yeah, I think so too.
Okay, great. I think we have a tier list that most of us are happy with.
Yeah.
I mean, we are mostly happy with. There are a few things that can be argued, like the Riftwalker and versus Thunderbringer thing.
Let's put a question mark around Riftwalker.
It's arguable, but
Mhm.
I would love to see what it looks like after you've made all the moves.
Yeah, I'll pick
Right
him more
now-
and show you guys what I mean.
Riftwalker and who? Riftwalker. What two heroes?
What?
Oh,
I think
never
they're
mind.
talking about like whether or not Riftwalker is or is not on par with Thunderbringer.
Yeah, what are we still debating about? Riftwalker and what other hero? Just Riftwalker?
There are some judgment calls. Like there are some things that we don't agree with each
Yeah.
other. For example, like as Jeebus said, he does not believe Behemoth should be in his own tier.
Yo,
Well,
I
he's
do,
in his own sector. I'm putting him in his own sector, but not
Oh,
in his
yeah.
own tier.
I do believe B is in God tier, but the lower end of God tier.
Okay, so
You believe he's in the lower end of God tier. So you think
Yeah.
there are better God tier heroes than him?
Yeah, Defiler. I think
Wow.
Defiler is better than the Behemoth. Just all around, yeah. And yeah, maybe Torturer. Slightly better than Behemoth.
okay. Well, then I mean, in that case, I'm just gonna make a really safe call and put him comparable to them, to Torture, Vindicator, Pearl,
But
Defiler.
yeah,
I'm just
I
putting him
This
all
calls
in
for
the
Mami
as of
and,
top 5 God tier heroes.
I like the idea of making a unique top tier something, if you can. There could be a few heroes in the unique group of God tier.
Hmm. Like
Like Jolifant.
Oh yeah, there's a good.
Oh, where
End
exactly
of
we
God tier should you go to?
like he? Yeah.
Cthulhuphant is better than Defiler. I think.
Yeah, and better than Behemoth.
So you
Better
guys.
than Behemoth.
So are you?
Maybe.
Is everyone? Are you all going? Are y'all saying that Cthulhu is the best midwars hero, all around, everything,
For frontliners, I
arguable,
would
I
even
say
better than
Behemoth.
Behemoth?
You're right. For frontliners,
That's
I would say
arguable.
Jolifant.
I would
It's
probably
arguable.
still take BE over Cthulhu.
I would still take Behemoth, but it's really close.
So I think I just find him comparable to them. Can we just say that
Yeah.
that he's
Alright.
that
Really
Cthulhu
close.
is comparable
So-
to?
So if you move Behemoth into his own sector, I would move Cthulhuphant next to him.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's about it. I would be interested in seeing how the tier list looks like after it's moved, and what
Yeah.
Mami and Lo and Woon think about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it over the like I will actually change it over the weekend, but this actual list I'll upload it on Skype for you guys so you guys can download it.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
And from there, I want to give you guys a big thanks for having this discussion. It was fun for sure. We racked up like I don't know 15, 16 viewers on Skype. Pretty nice, and yeah, from there I don't know when we have another call of these, but I certainly appreciate you guys to discuss this with. So with that said, I
Thank you.
want to thank all my viewers for tuning in. Thank you very much. Bye.